Welcome to the latest episode of The Claws Corner. Today's guest is an actor, singer, and voice actor. His theater work includes A Series of Public Apologies, The Fall of 2020, Spelling Bee, and Little Shop of Horrors. His television and film work includes Stalker's Prey 2 and 3, The Dangerfield Class of 64, The Cobblestone Corridor, Wishin' and Hopin', and Dark Hall. His awards include Most Iconic Line Delivery Award, the Halo Award for Best Male Standout Performance in an Original Play, Excellence in Drama Award, Excellence in Chorus Award, another Drama Award, and he won the Best Actor for his role in the Picasso de la Pon Agile. All this before the age of 20. So what are we waiting for? Let's get to it. Please welcome the man of many talents. Talking about Tyler White. Tyler, welcome to the Claws Corner. How are you?
Hi, I'm good about you. Thank you for having me.
Oh yeah, so glad to have you. So, as you can see, I mean, you're what, 19 years old, and you've already won so many awards. You've been in TV, film, theater,
Yeah,
and so that's very impressive. You have a big career ahead of you.
yeah.
Well, I like your confidence too. Like, of course I do, Rich. I'm glad I was able to get a Claws Corner exclusive before you blew up, before you get too big for the show. I want to talk about how you got into it, how old you were when you realized you wanted to be in the business. So let's go back to Tyler White, the early years.
Okay, so it was like around like going to middle school, like I was like 11 or 12 years old, and I started to do theater because my sister was doing it, and that's why I wanted to like continue doing. And once I started doing theater for the first time, I loved it, and I just love performing on stage. I love the whole theater community, the people, the like acting in general. That's like a big passion of mine,
Yeah. So what
and
was your
that's
first
where I
play?
am today.
What was your first play?
My first play was Shrek the Musical.
Ah, and where was that? Was that at the Thompson Opera House?
It was at the Nancy Marine Theater at the
Ah,
Warner.
you know what? Yeah, I should have. I know because I know that area and I go to that the Warner Theater all the time. So I remember that when I was playing. So what was your role in that?
I was the bishop
Ah,
in Shrek the Musical.
so that's pretty good. You know what? What's impressive too, because somebody was telling me that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. From what I hear, like the theater world, which a lot of other places too, are very clicky. So like a lot of the actors act in a lot of the same places because once you get in, they basically they don't really allow a lot of newcomers in. So is that true? Did you find that out? Because somebody mentioned that about that theater.
Um, like I knew, I technically did not know about that, but like once, like everyone was like really welcoming when I
Yeah,
started doing it was CCK, Curve Call Kids. That's where we like, that's where I started off with
yeah.
theater, and I've been doing it since 2019,
Wow,
the program.
very good. So that so
Yeah.
correct. So you're doing theater for a little while. How did you make the leap from theater to television and film?
Well, my dad is a movie producer and assistant director, so like I've been on his films like a few times, and I've always liked to get friends of mine to join me with throughout the whole film experience, and they can like treasure that throughout their whole life. Like wow, I'm on a movie set, and like see if they can like take that into their lives too. Like if they want to continue like being part of the film industry.
All right. So your dad used to take you onto the set as a child, and you loved what you saw.
Yeah.
Do you remember the some of the movies that he took you on the set when you were little?
Um. Well, I remember the cobblestone corridor. I was I got I I had a part in that show. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Which I want to talk to you about that one. Let's stop right there because you and I have a mutual friend. He's going to be on the show. I guess was that movie was directed or was a TV series was directed by Eric.
It was a yeah, Eric Bloomquist, yeah.
I'm not friends with him. I'm friends with his brother Carson, and I know they work
Carson.
together. And Carson's a producer. So, did he produce that TV series, or was it your father, or were they co-producers?
I would say they were probably co-producers.
Yeah. So your dad took you on the set. Now, was that because I know the Eric and Carson are local people? So was that a local movie or local TV series? Was it
Yeah, it
filmed
was
in
like
Connecticut?
yeah, it was like shot all over Connecticut.
And
Yeah.
what was this? And what year was this made, and what was it about?
Um, this was made in 2016, and and it was really about hmm,
What channel could you find it on? Was it a YouTube series?
this was on it was on Lifetime.
Oh, okay.
It came out on Lifetime.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
love the Lifetime movies. So what was it very dramatic? It seems like a lot of the Lifetime stuff is has a lot of drama to it, which is
Yeah.
they love. And
It
how
was
long did
more
it
of like
last?
um they had like 5 episodes for one season, and um they were gonna like they were gonna probably do a second season, but then something came up, and it's been like 6 years since that. It has not happened yet.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I enjoy their work. I've seen I think every one of their movies because especially I saw one movie and then I became friends with them, so I went back and watched. I love their work and I love the fact that they're actually, and I'm not sure if you're interested or even heard about it. They're making a movie in New Milford and they want
Mhm.
extras for the background. So I can get you some information. I received an email asking if I wanted to be a part of it. I have to check my schedule, but that's something that might interest you, or you might already know, or you have bigger and better things than that. I'm not sure, but just I'll give you the information later. This is I wanted to get your opinion on this because there's a huge difference between acting live on stage when you get the instant gratification. You know if the audience loves you, it's live. So if you mess up, you really have to cover it. And then film, everybody tells me the same thing. It's all about hurry up and wait. You film something for a minute, 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden you wait for 4 hours. What what process do you prefer and why?
Well, like literally, I do more of the theater than the film, and I love it both.
Yeah,
I love them both. Like mostly, I've been doing just like the performing, like on stage live,
yeah,
the most throughout my life.
yeah. Is it because of you're like flying solo and you have to be on every moment and you can't. Have you ever had a time where you get on stage, you're looking at the person you're having a conversation with and say, what the hell am I supposed to say next? Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I've interviewed a lot of different actors, and let me see if it's the same for you. What they told me was that when you're working with somebody that's good, the other person will cover for you. An example would be if you were going to say, "Oh, can you get that book for me?" You're like, "What should I be?" And then if the other person forgot the line, they'll say, "You know what? This book, is there anything in here that I should know about?" And so then that would sort of trigger your memory. Did that happen to you, where if you forgot your line, the other person, the co-star, would help you out and get you back on track?
Um, I don't think so, because literally, I'm like good of memorizing lines.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
So you can memorize the whole monologue very quickly?
yeah. Like I'm like quite good at like memorizing lines, and always like to like be one of the first people to like get in my head
Oh,
before
good.
production. Yeah.
Do you have anything going on right now?
Yes. I am at Noctic Valley, and this semester has been busy throughout this year. We have our coffee house, which is kind of like a mini cabaret, a show like everyone can, like perform solos or duets, and like it's like a fun-filled night for everyone to like support the whole theater, like the music and theater department. And I'm doing a play called Everybody, and we have our music review of Mean Girls that it will be happening in December. And I'm also part of a cappella and chorale.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely going to get into your singing in a little bit because I want to talk about the acting right now. So, are these shows open to the public or for the school only?
Everyone can come. like even if they don't go to Nocta Valley, like we always love to have, and of course students in the school that we love, that we want to like be part of it or just come support it. Like we're always welcoming everyone, the whole school community or out to the public. We always like to promote so everyone can like, so we can like make the arts alive.
Yeah. Another movie I want to talk about is I found it interesting. I'm a big fan of horror movies, psychological thrillers, that genre. Tell me about not only two, but also three. You were in Stalker's Prey 2 and 3. Was that more of a, what was it about? What's the premise of that movie? I love the title because it sounds like something that would definitely interest me.
Yeah. Literally it was like about this guy that saves this girl from a shark, and then like he starts having feelings, but then like mid to the movie, like it's the same guy from Stalker's Prey 2 and 3, but different different actress. So it's like he's just like crazy to her. Like he's a psychopath, the character, and like he just wants like to be with her no matter what. And like he like literally gets to his friends to like to stay out of his way so that he could just be with her. Yeah.
You had me at Psycho. I definitely want to check these movies out. I never even heard of Stalker's Prey Part One. Was obviously there was a Part One. Was that a third one with a different cast?
Yes. Stalker's Prey one was with like different actors. Yeah.
And was this a Lifetime movie as well? All three of them?
Yes. Yeah. They were both they were all three were Lifetime movies.
Well, you know what? I growing up in the 80s and I think maybe even 90s, there was a TV show called Fame. And one of my favorite actresses on that show was Cynthia Gibb. And I know you worked with her on Stalker's Prey, I think was 2. Was she the main character?
Can you repeat who was it again?
No, I said the actress I liked on the TV show Fame, her name is Cynthia Gibb. And I know
Cynthia
from,
Gibb.
from what I saw in the credits for the movie when I was doing my research on you, it said that she was in the movie. Maybe she didn't have a
That
big part.
name sounds familiar.
Yeah, yeah. She was a big star in the 80s and 90s. And she actually played did you ever hear of the Carpenters? They're a musical group. She did a biopic about her. She played Karen Carpenter. So for a while she was always in the spotlight. But yeah, her name was mentioned as being one of the stars of that movie. I'll have to check it out. So hopefully if I look for it on YouTube, I could find it. Seems like if I could find anything on there. So what is the for Lifetime movies or actually not even just Lifetime movies, for movies in general and film, television, is it much different in the process?
Like different than like the theater side?
No, no. Theater side, we already know what that's like. But I've talked to actors and they tell me that they have to sit there and wait, and it takes. And TV is a little bit faster paced.
For a TV show, like comparing a TV show and a film, I would say it's like the same.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely like the same because you know, like how long, like how many episodes for a TV show for a season, and like how many months for like a movie, and
yeah,
also and like how long, like shooting wise and rehearsing. So I would say they're like definitely like the same like types of hours and like same months.
yeah. So for did they film Stalker's Prey back to back? Were they just doing? Because I know sometimes when they have sequels like that, they'll just film everything all at the same time. Or did that do well on Lifetime and then they called you back and said, all right, well, that did well. We're going to make a sequel to this.
Yeah, so yeah, Stalker Spray 2 came out um during March of 2020, and then um in September or October of 2020 is when I got the part of Travis, who was the ex-boyfriend of Courtney. And yeah, like in I have not done the film like during that time was when it was like during COVID, so it was different because we had to like do a COVID test and see if we were able to do it. And I'm really glad I got to be part of the film because like during the shutdown, it was hard for me not to like do all the things that I love to do. And doing that was like a great opportunity to get back into shape with the film process.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. I mean, the the whole entertainment world shut down. So there was
Yeah.
not a lot. So I was surprised though. This was, you said March 2020. That was when they were filming it, because that's right when it hit.
That's when Stalker Spray 2 came out,
Oh, okay.
March of 2020. Yeah, they shot the movie back in summer of 2019.
Okay. And what
Yeah.
about part three? When did they film
Uh
that?
yeah, it was September, October of 2020 is when Stalker Spray 3 was shooting. And that's
Okay.
when I
Yeah.
got to be part of it.
Yeah. So now do you find that at least in the entertainment world, that things are getting back to normal where you don't really have to
Um,
wear masks anymore? You don't have to worry about I mean, hopefully everybody's vaccinated, but do you have to still show a card proving that you were vaccinated? Is it that strict?
well, right now it's like getting back to normalcy. Like before, well, like of course with Stock Spray, you had to like um show your like test results, of
Yeah,
course,
yeah,
and like all that, and like and yeah, and of course to get like vaccinated and booster definitely, because if if no one isn't vaccinated or boosted, then no one will be able to do like the things that they love. So like it's always good to like just to be safe, and then you can do just enjoy what you've been doing throughout your whole time before COVID hit. So right now it's like normalcy, even though like COVID is like still here, but
yeah.
um it'll get better.
Yeah, well, it's definitely from what I've heard from people, and at least in other aspects of life, it's much better than it used to be. So we're not
Yeah.
locked down, which is good. And I can't imagine being like a paying your job is doing that, and you can't even do your own job. So it, I'm glad it lasted. It seemed like forever, but in the
Yeah.
long run, it wasn't that long. So, what are some of we mentioned some of the TV work you did? What's some of the film work that you did? Was Cobblestone Corridor was a TV show. Stalker's Prey 2 and 3 was Lifetime movie. What films have you done?
I did do a film called The Dangerfields, Class of
Oh,
'64.
well, tell me about
Yeah,
that. What
so
was that
that
about?
yeah, so this was shot like back in 2019. Literally, it's literally about a true story that like a group of boys, um, they form a band and they want to like bring their own style of music to the school, rock and roll, but like their principal just doesn't like the genre of it. So like they formed a band, and so like at the end of the movie, they just like performed their song at the talent show, and everyone truly loves it. And that's how like they want to like just bring their own style to music throughout the school community. And that's how it got to be the Dangerfields.
Um, and who was in that movie?
Um hmm.
Was it a major release?
Like it literally that we had our premiere back in June.
Oh,
So it's been like 3 years since like we can like it's been 3 years since the making.
wow. So you made the
Yeah.
film, and it was just released recently. So
Yeah.
if I go to Amazon Prime or one of the other streaming services, I could probably find this movie.
Well, right now it just got nominated for the Mystic Film Festival, which
Congratulations.
a week ago. Thank you. Like next week. And so they want to like at first they want to just like give it out to like film festivals and see how they like it.
Yeah.
And they hopefully they try to promote it and like hopefully like get it on Amazon Prime, Netflix, Lifetime, like any network
Yeah.
like further on, which will be really happy.
Well, I know that you're young, so you probably like you're at a point where all these streaming services are out, and I think there's a lot more options for people instead of just like if something doesn't work in the theater or in the movies, they could say, oh well, let's bring it to Paramount, let's bring it to Hulu, let's put it on Netflix. Do you like the fact that all these streaming services are out, or like Spielberg said, he said that he thinks that that's ruining movies because these movies that are being nominated for Best Picture, he goes, this is a made-for-TV movie. This isn't a real movie. What's your attitude towards all that?
I just like I just like how like I always like to know like okay like when is it gonna come out on like what network, like I don't really
Yeah.
like I'm not like disagreeing like which network is like better or
Yeah, yeah,
worse. As long as like the movie's out and like just seeing all the hard work that us
yeah.
actors like put through, it's just great to watch the whole process.
Yeah, well, I see. I agree with you. I actually like that too because there's so many more options now. And now, if the theater turns you down, there's like, all right, let's go and see what Hulu has to say. And if they turn you, so there's a lot more places where things, and there's a lot of movies that probably would never get made. And I watched them and like, wow, this is really good. And so I think that the fact that we do have more options makes it better. And there's a lot more creativity going on than there used to be maybe in the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. So I'm with you. I love it. And I do see what Spielberg's saying. He goes, all the hard work that they're doing, and that should be a different type of award. But with that, I wouldn't even really care about the awards as long as it's
Yeah.
being made and being put out there. So with this, tell me about the Mystic Award then. So what was it nominated for? Best Picture?
Um, I just know that it just got nominated for the Mystic Film Festival. Like I don't know like what it got nominated. I just know that it's gonna be happening a week from Friday.
All right. And
So and I'm excited to I'm excited for that.
yeah, definitely. Well, good
Yeah.
luck with that. And you definitely have to keep me updated on this because this episode will air after that. So we'll have to put a big congratulations on there when after you win. Which do you know if you're nominated like as one of the actors, or is it more of the picture in general?
Um I wish I knew like who was nominated. Like it would have been cool if I did,
Yeah, well, I think they would.
but we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Only one way to find out. Go down there
Yeah.
and collect that award. Well, as I mentioned in the intro, it's like you're a man of many, many, many talents and not one to rest on your laurels. You do film acting, you do TV acting, you do theater work. You're also a singer. So let's talk about that part of your life.
Yeah, I just love to sing. Like I've been like back in middle school, I did chorus, and I haven't done chorus since like my junior year of high school, and I just love to like increase my singing, and I've been taking voice lessons and chorale and like I'm taking chorale and a cappella this semester. Like last semester at NVCC, I was taking voice lessons to help with like to like not to only sing like falsetto, but with full chest.
Mhm.
So I've been like trying to like practice with that. And yeah, like I was just like singing just makes me feel like singing, it just makes me like just laying out the emotions what I'm feeling, like
Mhm.
what song I'm singing. And it just helps me a lot with it.
I know talking to so many singers, they say one of the toughest things is learning to breathe through your diaphragm. Can you,
Yeah, learning to breathe. Yeah.
did you find that difficult?
No, not really. Like I wasn't really thinking about that like during the time I was starting to sing. But like it's always really important to like to breathe like after like a whole like a long note that you had to
Yeah.
like project and like full out.
So what kind of music do you like?
I like rock and roll.
Yeah.
I listen to that. Like I like songs that just like songs about like just stuff that's like what's wrong and that type of stuff. Like um like grief, pain, like those types of songs. Like those songs are like really good. Like has like a powerful message. Like those
Yeah.
types of songs. Yeah.
I'm just laughing because yeah, it sounds really depressing the way you say it. It's like I love songs about grief and death and depression, but I know what you're saying because that's
Yeah.
where you can express all of your emotions. And you said you could sing falsetto, you could sing. So who are, where are some of the places that you sing? Like, where can people see you?
Um well, we have our coffee house on Tuesday on campus, and I'm gonna be singing a song from Skillet called Anchor. And I did Sing Out, which is in Washington.
Mhm.
I did that for like a little bit over a year ago, and I just yeah, I just you can like find me all over.
All right. Well, at the end of the show, I'm going to give you a chance to plug yourself, and we're going to have it all over the video as people are watching it, so they'll be able to find you and find out where you're going to be and how to find out what's next for you. But I want. You just mentioned another award that you're going to be a part of in Mystic, but in the intro, I was going over. You won a lot of awards in such a short time, so I want to go over some of the awards. What did you? What was the Halo Awards? This is Best Male Standout Performance in an Original Play. Which play was that?
That was the fall of 2020.
Okay,
That was that one.
and you were the main character in that one.
Um, well, everyone had their own like main characters because that show was a monologue show, and like
Oh,
because we couldn't do like perform inside the school, we did it at outside venue. So then we wouldn't have to like do it in like virtual because literally, like I just wanted to like get back like performing in person
yeah.
because it's been like months since the shutdown till like that during that time when I was doing it. So it was really fun, but we always thought we really wanted to like we had to like, keep everyone safe, like to keep everyone safe and make sure everyone had a good time in a safe and healthy way.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And I'm so glad because I know exactly what you mean. Because for a while, a lot of people were doing Zoom shows. And even I was doing stand-up comedy for a while. I stopped years ago, but a lot of my friends were doing Zoom comedy. I said, it's just not the same. You can't, I love feeding off the audience, especially when you're doing either a comedy or like, right away if the people like it. And when they're really into it, it just pumps you up to do even better. So when you're doing it like this and you're behind a Zoom call, it just doesn't have that same effect. And actually, I think for me, it would be harder to
Yeah, it would be
act.
really hard to act while
Yeah.
like doing virtually because it's not like you're not in like getting to like full character. Like
Mhm.
being like doing in person, you're really that character. You're like, okay, who are you? Like what are you going through? Like what is your story? Like you gotta be the character. You have to live to be that character.
Yeah. I completely agree. I want to go back to film for a minute because I'm sure you worked with so many different directors, and every director has a different style. And the reason I'm asking this is because have you ever heard of Stanley Kubrick, who did The Shining? He did Full Metal Jacket. I mean, he's a big director from in 2001: A Space Odyssey, but he is known, or he was known, for doing 150 takes on just one scene. And then I know I interviewed somebody that worked with Clint Eastwood, who played Dirty Harry and so many other roles, and he said that he was one take only. He said, "I don't care. I want it to seem natural." Have you experienced both those types of directors?
I have not. I have not.
So, like, all right, perfect. Let's talk about Eric because I know him and I like his work. What kind of style does he have as a director?
Um, he likes to have like the visual effects. Like he knows what he like what the character wants, what he wants to make it like collaborate of like how to make like the film more connected.
So does he give you tips and say like, "We'll do it this way," or does he just give you free reign and say, "Just the character, you've read the part, just do it how you think the character would do it"? Did he give you free reign like that?
Um, can you repeat the first part you said?
I said, did he give you free reign, meaning like he has trust in that the character and what the character would do, or did he say, "I want you to do it exactly like this. I want you to walk like this, talk like this"? Was he that type of director, or was he more just go have fun with it and just make it your own?
He was like more of like, okay, like what is it that you can make like the character good? Like he would like give me some like tips.
And how many takes would you do before they actually filmed it, or before they
Um,
like, was it like 2 3, was it 50 or 60?
I would say it was like 2 to 3.
Okay, that's not too bad. and
Yeah.
and I know that was a TV series, so they probably had to move a little bit quicker. I was just curious because I said I've heard so many different stories with so many different types of directors. Who's the like the biggest name that you've worked for?
Um, That'll probably be Reno and Terry, who was the director for The Dangerfields,
Okay.
and he was a good director. He was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So another word I want to talk about, which just saying the name alone, I had to practice like 5 or 6 times. It was Picasso de la Pun Agile, and you won Best Actor for that role. Let's talk about that.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I just saw that I won for Broadway World. It was like, wow, like that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
congratulations. So where was that play? Was that at,
Uh, that was at Chapag, my high school.
okay?
Yeah.
Uh, so that are you looking in the future to do more like Broadway in New York, or are you interested in doing that? Or are you more interested in going to the acting in film and TV side?
Um, it was like in my head that I want to like try and get into Broadway.
Yeah.
I would like to try and do that.
Okay.
And of course to continue like with the performing arts and to like just um to increase my acting ability.
Yeah. Well, the best thing is it's you definitely I think I always say it's like having getting your foot in the door is probably the toughest thing because then once you get in there, then you can prove yourself. So luckily, I'm not sure. It sounds like you're doing all this on your own, which is great, but you do have the background with your family. They're all extremely talented, your sister, your mother, your father. So then maybe they helped you, but then once you get in there, you have to prove yourself. So it's just like I said, I definitely see big things happening for it. And I'm looking forward to checking out all the things we talked about. I'm going to look it up on YouTube. But once again, not one to rest on your laurels. You and I have another mutual friend, and you worked with him. His name is Joseph Timothy Quirk. He is the one that helped set up this
Yes.
interview. And he is the one I want, Joe. I know you're going to be editing this show, so I want to thank you because of you, him. I am doing this show right now, but I started off on another show with him called Nutmeg Junction, and then that sort of spun off into Barnaby Brothers,
Yes.
and it's a voice acting show where they have it's all original, and you play different characters. I did it for a while. I haven't done one recently, but I will anytime he calls me, I will be there to do it. But you were also a part of it, so tell me about your
Yeah.
experience working on either Nutmeg Junction or Barnaby Brothers.
Yeah. It was like my first time doing like voiceover acting, which was really cool. I always wanted to like do some voiceover work, and it was really awesome to like be part of something that does that. And I truly loved it very much. It was a great experience.
Did you create your own voice for it, or did you do more of your own voice?
Um, I did like more of my own voice.
Yeah,
Like they wrote they wrote like the story for like the character for the Barnaby
Brothers.
Brothers.
Yep.
Brothers. Yeah. So
Yep.
yeah.
Was that already? Did it already air? That
Yes.
okay.
It did came out like
Okay.
a week after we recorded.
Yeah. Now, did you record that using Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's how when we first started, I want to say it was 2019. I'm thinking it was before COVID, but we used to do it at the radio station WAPJ in Torrington. Love that station.
Yeah.
And then now they do it still through Zoom, which it's fun. I just have so much respect for him because not only does he come up with such a great original script, then he gets all the people to do it. He records it, then he has to go back and edit all the mistakes that people make, then put it all together and add all the sound effects, music. One episode alone, I can only imagine like how many
Yeah.
hours it takes. So, Joe, keep up the great work. Love being a part of it, and I'm so glad you had a chance to experience that as well. So, is it a character that might be recurring?
Uh I believe so, because I think they're gonna like he did say that he was gonna do like an actual film of what
Oh,
we did back in August.
yes.
But yeah.
All right. We love it. What would you give for advice for somebody who came up to you and said, "I want to get into acting, and what should I do?" What would you say to that person?
I would say just give it your all, and like there's always going to be people that would not accept you, and that's okay. Like the more like you keep going, the more it'll get better and you'll be the best actor that you will be.
Yeah. See, I love that because I did radio for a while, and there's two things I learned about it, or two of the things I still have with me. And luckily I've always had this attitude, but the more no's get you closer to a yes. So don't worry about if you get rejected once, twice, three times. Just keep doing it. There's going to be
Just
somebody
keep
that
going.
really likes it. And once you get that first one, which I did in radio, then everything just snowballed. I got 3 radio jobs. That led to so many different things. And the other thing was that somebody said, it was actually the same teacher. It was a disc jockey is no longer, his name was Sebastian. He was on 106.9 WCCC, but he goes, turn on the radio right now. He goes, most of the actors, most of the DJs do not sound good at all. He goes, it's 90% attitude, 10% talent. So you just go and don't go in there being arrogant, but go in there with the confidence, like, I know I'm good. I don't care if you like me or not. Because if you take everything that somebody says to heart, you're just gonna have a nervous breakdown before 20. So I love that attitude. Just give it your all. Know that you're doing a great job. And if one person doesn't appreciate it, say, you know what? That's his problem. The next guy's gonna love me. So, and it's obviously working for you because you keep getting called back.
Yeah.
Are you ever gonna do a family collaboration? Because you have your mother who's an actor, your sister who's a singer, your father's a producer. Have you ever acted or sang with any family members?
No, I have not.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Hopefully.
I think I'm telling you, well, your father's the one that can put it together. He's a producer. He can have you can do like a family reality show. I think it would be perfect.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
You know what, Tyler? It was great having you on the show, and good luck at the Mystic Film Fest. I'm looking forward to hearing all about your awards. And before we go, though, one more time, plug where people can find you and what's next.
Yeah, so my next event will be at the Naugatuck Valley Community College Coffee House happening on Tuesday. And then I have the Mystic Film Festival for the Dangerfields. That'll be happening Friday, October 21st. I also have my play at Naugatuck Valley that will be November 17th through the 19th. And then music review for Mean Girls at Naugatuck Valley, December 1st and 2nd.
All right. And we are just when you thought it was over. Ha ha ha. We're back. I forgot one question. So, John, thanks for inserting this at the very end. I mentioned that you won the most iconic line delivery award. So,
yeah,
we're going to end the show with this. Tyler White, let's hear your most iconic line delivery award and why you won.
Okay, so this was during spelling bee, and I played Carl Grubenier, who is Schwartzy's Grubenier's step gay dad, and it was like during a scene that one of the spellers was gonna go up, and then I was like pouring like water like on the stage to sabotage Barfy, who like spells with his foot, so then I can make like my daughter win. But she no, that's cheating, and then like the most iconic line. You ready to hear it?
I'm ready.
Oh, that's no good.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I see why you won that award. Congratulations. All right. Well, once again, it was great having you on the show. Congratulations on all your success. And I look forward to hearing about you in the near future. So
Yeah,
that
thank
wraps
you.
up. Oh, you're very welcome. Thanks again for being on the show. Thanks, Joe, for helping set it up. And once again, thanks to your mother for going back and forth with me for the last several months, trying to find a good day that we could both do this. So it was a lot of fun having you on the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me.
All right. That wraps up the latest episode of the Claus Corner. A huge thanks goes out to actor, singer, and voice actor Tyler White for taking time out of his very busy schedule to be on the show. Keep an eye on this guy. I predict big things happening for him in the near future. I also need to thank editor extraordinaire, Mr. John Bristol of Elmwood Productions, for always doing a superb job editing this show each and every week and making it available to all. And lastly, but definitely not least, I need to thank you, the viewer, for always tuning in. Enjoy your day, everyone.
one collection. Confessions of a Frenetic Mind. 5 tales of blood-curdling terror. Available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
All of a sudden I hear, brim, brim. What's a diaphragm again?
Ha! We caught one.
They're supposed to be weird.
Oh, yeah, no. If you say so.
I've always wanted to be in a movie.
Waiting around for